smothering defense.
Oh, I'm back. I need to go toilet. Can we close the door?
Walao!
Close the door yourself, eh? Hey, use one of the balls to close the door.
Huh? Which one? I think the deflated one will push the door further, right? Once it will bounce back.
Now, Xingyu is faced with a problem. In order to continue her game as soon as possible, she must decide whether throwing the more deflated ball or the inflated and more bouncy ball will exert a greater force on the door and give her a better chance of closing the door. She thinks that throwing the deflated ball is better as it will not bounce away. But is she right?
Now let me explain to you. Here's a setup simulating you throwing the balls at the door with the same force. These two balls have the same mass. The rubber ball will represent the inflated basketball having an elastic collision, and the blue tack ball will represent the deflated basketball having elastic collision. First, we start with the rubber ball. The distance travelled is marked. Next, we'll try with the blue tack ball, which will have a more elastic collision.
Oh! So the rubber ball will cause the block to move a further distance.
Yes, this is because the rubber ball rebounded after colliding with the block. As the rubber ball rebounds, it has a greater change in velocity and momentum, which also means a greater impulse and force. According to Newton's third law, for every force there's an equal and opposite reaction. So the block experiences a greater opposite force due to the greater force on the rubber ball than on the blue tack ball, which causes it to travel a further distance. We can use calculations to further support the result. First, we'll calculate the elastic collision between the inflated basketball and a door. The basketball is 0.5 kg, traveling at 2 meters per second, and the door is 70 kg and is stationary. By applying relative speed of approach equals to relative speed of separation, we'll get the following equation. By PCOM, we'll get another equation. Sub the two equations together, we'll get the final velocity of the door. Which is 0.114 meters per second. Next, we'll calculate the collision between the deflated basketball, assuming perfectly inelastic collision. The deflated basketball has the same mass and initial velocity. By PCOM, we'll get the final velocity of the door. Which is 0.057 meters per second. Therefore, you can see that the inflated basketball will allow the door to travel with greater velocity. So, using the physics we have learned, it is proven that using an inflated basketball is better than using a deflated basketball. Okay. So you understand now?
Yeah, I get it.
Ich bin Schnappi, das kleine Krokodil. Komm aus Ägypten, das liegt direkt an mir.